milestone was achieved in the PHL very recently. Very excited. And that is that the PHL has now welcomed in 1 million fans in a single season. How incredible is that, guys? How incredible is that? I mean, that is just crazy. Now, this is something we have been hearing was a possibility that might happen. A lot of various journalists who we follow on social media in relation to the PHL have been teasing how the league's close to welcoming 1 million fans in a single season. But that official milestone was surpassed on April 17th when the Montreal Victoire hosted the Boston Fleet. It was also Montreal's Pride Night. Yeah. It was also Montreal's Pride Night, so... So the PWHL has officially surpassed 1 million fans in a single season. It's incredible. So the milestone was hit in the league's 109th game of its third season on Friday, April 17, 2026, with the top two teams in the standings, Montreal and Boston, facing off at Place Bell. So the Petroleum Hockey League, it crossed another threshold on Friday by surpassing 1 million fans in attendance in a single season for the first time in league history. Of course, back in March, at the end of March we welcomed in 2 million fans in attendance in total. We have done up on that. This is just in a single season. So just one season alone, the league's already welcomed in more than 1 million people. Come on. And our portraits are on that, George. They are indeed. I'll talk about that at the end of the show. Okay. Our portraits are on that. So the milestone came in the league's 109th game of season 3. Fittingly, a match between the Montreal Victoire and Boston Fleet, who are separated by just 1 point in the battle for the top spot in the PHL standings, each with 3 regular season games remaining. The new bar of 1 million in 109 regular season games in a single season comes in 48 games fewer than the PHL needed to reach its first million. Yeah, the league surpassed that initial milestone in 155 games across its first 2 seasons, including season 1 playoffs. Doing so on March 16, 2025, before accelerating to reach 2 million all-time in 120 more games on March 25, 2026. We did do an episode last year on that milestone. Yeah, because I think that took us all by surprise. We were not expecting that, especially since during a Minnesota Frost game. It was the Frost final tabletop game of the season. They were in Detroit playing New York, and it was during one of the T-Top to come back. Like, what? What? Check your phone, George. Check your phone. It's like, what? $1 million? What? Yeah. And at the time, that was only after 14 months of operation, guys. So within 14 months of operation, we'd already welcomed in 1 million people in attendance. Crazy. And so this year we've done it in fewer games. Yeah. So we've reached the 1 million fan mark in a single season quicker than it was to get 1 million in total attendance across the first 2 seasons. So that's incredible. That is just amazing, guys. It's just impressive. So throughout 108 games of the 2025-26 season, attendance is 996,756 for an average of 9,229 fans per game. An average attendance increase of 28% over last season and 82? Sorry, and 62% over the inaugural PWHL season 2024. Meanwhile, regular season ticket sales for the 25-26 season are pacing more than 70% ahead of 24-25, while the number of games has increased by just 30% in 25-26. Compared to the numbers in 24-25. The PWHL experienced continued momentum during the 25-26 season, punctuated by sold-out PWHL debuts at the two historic arenas over the last 2 weekends, with each surpassing the previous attendance record for women's professional hockey. April 4, 18,006 fans packed New York City's Madison Square Garden to break the US arena record for a women's hockey game for the 8th time since the league's inaugural puck drop on New Year's Day 2024, and the 4th time this season alone. 1 week later, April 11, 70,850 fans sold out Boston's TD Garden, surpassing the previous record of 70,125 broken at Pledge Arena earlier in the season, back in February. Back in February. So earlier in the season. Including Rise matchup, 12 games remain in the 2025-26 PWHL regular season, with 4 teams still in the hunt for the 4th of our PWHL World Cup playoff spot. Our regular season day of season 3 is on Saturday, April 25th, with all 8 teams in action before the PWHL playoffs begin the following week. Right, where do we start? Like, literally, where do we even start? I mean, it's just another incredible moment for this league ticked off. And you just can see the momentum of our league is just continuing to build and build and build year in, year out. It's just incredible. It literally is just incredible, guys. And, I mean, we always get blown away every single time we see these milestones achieved, because, it just shows the growth of this league, and it just shows how quickly that growth has been. I mean, you go back to that inaugural season, and we all expected the growth would be at a more steady pace. Not literally just shoot out the gates, literally from the word go. It's just been it's just been incredible to watch. It's been a joy to watch over the last few years, and just to see this growth continue. It's just incredible. And these milestones, they're only going to keep being more of a regular occurrence, because the interest in women's hockey is there. It is there for all to plainly see. The interest is there, my friends, and we are just going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Especially as we grow more teams, and we get more games, hopefully. The possibilities are just endless. And as my local companion just pointed out, our footprints are on that. We have contributed to that milestone this season by obviously having gone out there back in March and attending it for ourselves. And of course, that was just an incredible week. It was an incredible week, trip of a lifetime. And like I said, plenty of times before, we are going to be doing more trips out to the PWHL on a more recurring basis. We want to do as many PWHL trips as we possibly can over the next couple of years. It all depends on finances and health. Those are the two main factors. That's what it comes down to. Finance and health. That is the two main factors that will depend on how frequently we do it. But we do want to make them on a more recurring basis, because obviously we live in this league, and it's exciting time. It's exciting times now being involved in women's hockey. So if you haven't already got on board, then come and join us. We are having a blast. We are having an amazing time of our lives with this league, and we want as many people as possible to get on board and just see what we've seen. Just see what we've seen in the last 3 years, because it's been incredible. It's been incredible to be a part of. And how special is it to know that our footprints are on that? That we've actually contributed to those stats. It's an incredible moment. It's our achievement. It's everyone's achievement. You know, everyone who's been to a PHL game this season, you have contributed to that stat. This is your achievement as well as the league's achievement. So you are part of that, and it's just an incredible feeling. It's just the best thing you can experience. You know, there's nothing like attending a PHL game. Nothing like it's better than attending an NHL game these days. Oh god, especially right now the playoffs. What got thrown on the ice last night in Edmonton? No clue. Something got thrown on the ice in Edmonton last night. And of course, we've had Avalanche fans injure our staff. Of course, yes. Yes, because obviously Colorado fans broke glass during, in response to U2's penalty shot. Yeah, so it's been, it's not been a great start to the Stanley Cup playoffs. Not been a great start. We're seeing that violence that should not be in hockey. We're seeing it on display. You will not be catching that in the World Cup playoffs next week. You will not be catching that because we women's hockey fans, we know how to behave. We know how to behave. Men's hockey fans don't know how to behave. Not just in the AHL. Last year in the AHL, a Colorado Eagles fan threw a chair at the Abbotsford commentators. In case you're not, a chair. Well, in the commentary booth of the Abbotsford Canucks broadcasting team. Disgraceful. That's disgraceful. Anyway, no, but it's just been, yeah, but I feel lost for words because it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible, you know, to see where we were at the start of year one to where we are now, coming towards the end of year 3. It's been absolutely just incredible to see, to watch, and it's just going to get even better. The more seasons we have, it's going to keep getting bigger and better over the next few years. And these records, these milestones, they're going to be a more recurring occurrence. It's just, I would really love if we could do it again this time next year. Oh yeah, as like a challenge. I would love it to say, oh, let's see if this time next year we can then have another million in a single season. Because I think a lot of people right now would say, oh, it's only because of the Olympics. Oh, I'll let you take it then. Because I know it pissed you off. We were actually in the office because somebody did shout during the first day. Me and you don't recall this happening. No, but clearly it was lined up for Warbuster here, so it always heard it. Alright, okay, I'll make it happen. No, but me and you don't recall it, but you do. You recall that somebody did the Seattle game, which when the tells what announced, you heard someone say Olympic boost. That's yeah. So that's why I want to see us do this again this time next year, because I don't want people to, because I don't want people to just pay on Olympics. And if we could do it again this time next year, I could go, so it wasn't because we were in the Olympic cycle last year. It's because our game is growing faster and further than you could ever possibly imagine. And then oh, you would then do that? Oh my god, that's so childish. There you go, you haven't really done it to Chicago about the takeover tours yet. Yeah. God, their attendance literally goes, O equals F. I know. What's a low F? I know, boy, I know. Chicago have let the side down. I know. Yeah, let's do a front row for expansion. Fuck off. Fuck off! Why have I got a feeling that Warburg is not going to be happy with the expansion teams? Why have I got a feeling? Because, right? Because if it's Chicago, he's not going to be happy. If it's Vegas, I'm not going to be happy. But apparently I'm not alone. Apparently a lot of people don't want Vegas, so I won't be the only one. So at least I can say it's not personal, whereas I don't think you can say, oh, me, it is personal when it comes to Chicago. It is personal. But when was the last time you two teams met in the playoffs, though? A decade? Probably more than that. Might be 2014. But as you know, George, these sports rivalries, they don't die hot. They don't die easy. They don't. Yeah, exactly. They don't. Yeah. Totally. They can go quiet, but they'll never truly die. So yeah, I totally get that. But yeah. But honestly, just incredible. I mean, the single season, that is just incredible. Because obviously we saw the million fan mark get hit last year, but that was across 2 full seasons. And 1 playoff tournament at the time. Yeah. But to do it a single season, that is really impressive. How many sports leagues get to say they can do that? No. How many sports leagues can say they can, with confidence, that they've definitely done that? That's incredible. Yeah. That is just literally incredible. Yeah. So, yeah, that is just amazing. Like, I literally lost words. I'm struggling what to say just because I'm blown away and touched by this incredible milestone, and yeah, it's just incredible, you know, and it's just a million in a single season. It's just so impressive. In a single season, yep, that's incredible. And for not too long after the 2 million mark got crossed. Yeah, that's quick succession because we had the 2 million total cross the week after we got back. Yeah. And then what? 3 weeks later after that, this milestone happens. Roughly. Yeah. That's just incredible. It's insane. You know how we're in season 3, and we've already done that. It's brilliant, and I think it shows that people are now starting to be aware of who we are and what we do. Yeah. Which I think for me was what I was hoping Monaco team would do. Is not give us the boost because we've already got it. Yeah, because you can't boost something that's already shattered the glass. No. So what I was hoping we would take from Monaco team is that more people would start to be aware that we exist. Yeah. That you can get this week in, week out. Yeah, it doesn't have to be once every 4 years like it was for me in the 2010s. Because obviously in the 2010s, it was literally that. It was only once every 4 years. Because I didn't know that the World Championships was a thing for women's hockey. I didn't know that. I knew it was for the men's hockey, but didn't know it was for the women's hockey. And you're still going to blame the... I'd still blame the BBC for that. I'm still there. Because it's no just good showing the Olympics. You must got tougher how they get involved with the sports they want to outside the Olympics. So I'm so sorry. I'm holding Claire and Hayes responsible for that. I could probably count on both hands the amount of World Championships I've missed because of that. Okay. But I won't do it. No, I won't do it, but I could. But I won't. Because we want to focus on what is a historical moment for our league and not have a go at the BBC. We can just do that anytime. I know. But yeah, so, yeah, because obviously now, you don't have, that's the beauty of the league, you don't have to wait once every 4 years to now see women's hockey. You can now see it week in, week out, every single season. That's what it's so special, and that's what we're going to see us grow and grow further and further and further in the years to come. So it's so exciting. The road ahead is just so exciting. Yeah, it really is. So we just cannot wait. Yeah, we cannot wait to see what's going to happen in the future for our league. It's so exciting. Yeah, it really is. So I can't wait. I can't wait to see what the future holds for the league going forward. Because if they can already get a million people in a single season attending games, then can you imagine what will happen then, say, maybe this time next year or the year after that? It's just going to be mind-blowing. It's going to be so incredible to watch over the next few years. It's going to be absolutely amazing and incredible. Just so excited. So excited. So ready for the road ahead. Yeah. Yeah. But just... And very fitting that this now happened in a top of the league clash. Because you've got Boston, Montreal right now, literally in the thick of it. Yeah, who would have thought the race for league champion would go down to the last day of the season? Because we haven't really had in the previous seasons, we've not really had a fight for the league champion. It's always seemed to be that somebody in the second half of the season gets a stranglehold of that top spot and never relinquishes it. So I'm really glad that the fight for the league crown is, for a change, going to be decided on the last day of the season. It's great. Yeah. So it kind of felt fitting that the ECTs who had literally fought that top spot, they get to have that moment. Yeah, incredible. I mean, if it happened when Banco and Seattle played each other, that was a great moment, but now she's singling out rivalries. She's now singling out rivalries. Yeah, yeah, we do. Yeah, you know on it. Yeah, you know it. We know. Yeah. It's just incredible. It's incredible. It's incredible to see where it's going to go next. So that I think for me is the challenge for next season. Let's do it again. Do it again. Yeah. Do it again. And we can just go. Wait, was it one-off? Was it because of Olympics? Nope. It's because of this. Yeah. It's absolutely incredible. We just could not be more thrilled for our league. Yeah, so incredible. And of course, this just feels, and we'll leave it off with this, it feels even more special because our footprints are on that. We helped contribute to that tally. That makes it even more special, and there's going to be so much more for us in the next few years. So just incredible. Absolutely incredible. So until next time, guys, take care.